What's up everyone, it's your boy NR2003 aka Nathan Stapleton here, and welcome everyone to Eldora Speedway 4, the Season 4 JBL Cup Series All Stories here at Eldora. And of course, it's on Halloween night. It's gonna be spooky, it's gonna be crazy, and someone is gonna get a trick, and someone is gonna get a treat. Yeah, I have to wait and see what ends up happening. I'm not alone for this one, I am joined by Anthony up here in the JBL Cup Series booth. Good to have you.
Yeah, speaking of tricks, Australia just got tricked there. Alright, I'm gonna hold myself off the Fitzwater jokes here for a bit. I think that tonight, as it's Halloween, it'll be a little bit scary. Especially for some of these drivers up front, seeing what happened in that All-Star Open, where you really only had Eric Drew started up front, stay up front. So it's kind of interesting to see here, maybe where that sweet spot is in starting and staying out of trouble here. So I think we see more aggression, like I said, for the Open, or at the end of the Open. Like that's really my hope, is that we amp the aggression up and we get to see some action here.
Yeah, for sure. And it's gonna be a while with 130 laps, 5 segments, 30, 30, 30, and 30. And if you win segment 1, 2, 3, and 4, you will start either first, second, third, and fourth in that final segment of only 10 laps. So it might be very important if you start first, second, third, and fourth in that fifth and final segment, with it only being 10 laps instead of 30 for the other 4. We just have to wait and see what ends up happening here. And these are everyone that is in also is Colin Copley, Jordan Stout, the 6 of Scott Upton, Josh Ramson, John Andrews, Earl Clifton, Justin Zidell, Mitchell Collins, Terrence Green, Benny Watson, Angel Vela, Dale Campbell, Memphis Fisher, Wyatt Walker, the Season 3 All-Star Race winner, Quinton Moore in number 34, Season 3 champion Allison Wayne, the 17 of Logan Williams, Richard Keenhart, and then these 4 made it into the Open. Jordan Edwards, Eric Drew, Clark Pastrana III, and then the fan vote winner based off of a tiebreaker of where they finished in points as of the All-Star race. Eli Blight got the fan vote, with him being 26th in points, and then Fitzy being 38th in points. With that being said, let's go ahead and get these 22 drivers one off for the Season 4 All-Star Race segment number 1. And it's going to be a wild one here, and after 30 laps, someone will start on pole for that 5th and final segment here in the All-Star Race. And we have to wait and see what happens here. At the end of each segment, wherever you finish in segment 1, it will be where you start in segment 2. So the finishing positions carry over from segment to segment, and then for that 5th segment, if you finish 5th on bat, you start where you finish in segment number 4. Colin Copley, Jordan Stout, segment number 1 of the Season 4 All-Star Race on Halloween night is green at Eldora Speedway. Copley into the wall, hard in turn number 4, and the poster
just stole that lap.
Yeah, Scott Upton in this orange and blue machine for LFK. He's been hot. He's going to have the last 4 races. And here comes the fake spin. John Andrews almost into the number 6, and here comes Justin Seidel as well.
Yeah, now you even have Terrence Green there on that bottom, fighting Zidell.
And then we have to see how aggressive these guys want to be in this first segment. Oh my goodness, Memphis Fisher with a massive stand in 1 and 2. It's segment 1 is that full of 130 in total. It's a long event as a whole, and if you crash out in one of these early segments, then you look screwed for that 3rd, 4th, and 5th segment, because if you crash in segment 1, look done for the rest of the night. And Fisher challenging up to 2nd and trying to chase down Upton in the number 6.
Yeah, and they're still racing 3 wide back there.
Yeah, still 3 wide. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Yep, still 3 wide back here, and here comes Eli Bright and Eldora. Some of the drivers that made from the All-Star Open, they are starting to move their way up to the front already. And oh my goodness, some tight racing. Oh, there goes the season 3 All-Star racing around. But he's gonna save it, and
he'll
we're gonna
keep
be
it
good.
low and no one else will come by and hit him. Get a little bit stacked up back there. Got sorted out.
Yeah, it looks like there might have been some stack up involved with Overa, but don't think it would be too bad. Watch out! Jesus.
Man,
Things will hopefully get sorted out here. Don't know what happened to Quentin Moore, but he did a good job keeping it straight, and he's gonna be deep in the field now, but he still has to call it in one piece to fight for. Right? Early caution here in 7-1 of the All-Star race, and let's see what happened to bring out here in 7-1 of the Scene 4 All-Star race. Here we go, this happened off turn number 4. We didn't see it live because we were focusing on the middle of the field, but Quentin Moore got a good one through the middle of 3 and 4, tried getting up to Scompton, but got on the corner panel, and that just spun himself out. And Quentin Moore, a seasoned veteran of the JBL Cup Series, had the presence of mind to just lock it down, go for a slide, hope for the best, and Quentin Moore got really lucky that no one hit him, and the season 3 All-Star Race winner is still gonna have a color in one piece, and he's fine. He's gonna start in the middle of the field following out, but he's gonna have a clean color, and he's still gonna be good. But behind them, unfortunately, we have a whole stack of effect with multiple drivers back here. Uh, with Overa, Andrews, not Andrews, Edwards, and Allison Rain, no Clifton. So we have to see how much damage they'll have, but Quentin Moore is fine in the number 34 machine.
and here you see the 34 Quentin Moore just kind of hook himself on that 6th car, get a little push maybe from that 43, and he does lock it down back there. But as you see, the Spire 7 and the Hendrick 9 car just kind of pile in there to 12, the 78, the 1. Not a whole lot of damage happening, maybe a little bit of something to the back of the 1 car. Other than that, everyone else seems fine out of that one. That really saved Moore's position, but you gotta kind of worry about here the mile, or the not mile and a half, the half-mile tracks with those leaders coming back around fighting for their positions as well. So you almost saw a little bit of a collision there at the very end. Luckily, no one gets hit, no one suffers any consequences after the fact, and everyone can just kind of keep moving forward and move on with the race.
Yeah, a pretty mild crash here at Eldora. Not really a crash, just a mild spin for Quentin Moore. We have to see of what ends up being the case for some of the other drivers that stacked up, but hopefully they end up being okay. And let's go and get back to the race here at Eldora Speedway in segment 1 of the All-Star race. Welcome back here at Eldora Speedway. We will go back on lap 13 of 30 in segment number 1 in the All-Star race, and it will be Scott Upton as the race leader, John Andrews in second, Memphis Fisher in third, Logan Williams in fourth, and Justin Seidel in fifth. No one is out, but Overa has no front clip. Obviously, as long as he doesn't DNF, they will be able to get the back cut out, and he would be just fine for the start of segment number 2. But we will go back green on lap number 13 of 30, and Upton leads us back to the green in segment number 1 of the All-Star race.
John Andrews going to pressure him immediately out of turn there,
And for the race lead,
and there it
Andrew's
is.
going to take it. A great
It's almost
restart.
predictable now. Almost predictable now when you see that Eldora slam, as we coined it in the open.
Yes, it's interesting because sometimes it can be a tap, sometimes it can be a slam, and it really determines of how big you hit it or how hard you hit it. Determines all the speed. Andrew's up front, Upton trying to chase him down. Here comes Memphis Fisher in the 77. to the inside, not quite there. And both RFK cars up for now, and Upton trying to get a little bit of a lower line in 1 and 2. But Fisher's gonna try that line as well. Upton gonna diamond there a little bit with a 1 off turn 4. And not quite there for Upton, but he's gonna dive it in turns 1 and 2.
He's gonna hope to make it stick there as everyone's nope. He's gonna take the lead though. And Upton will be out front as Memphis Fisher and John Andrews start fighting, and that's immediately over as I thought we were going to get a little bit more of a battle, hopefully.
Now we have a battle for third with Twain, and we might have a battle for the race lead with Fisher on Upton. Oh boy, Fisher's gonna lead that lap. And now here comes the only uncharted driver in the All-Star race, Trent Green, who won at Phoenix, up front in this number 27 Hesburg team, and he's trying to win here and get AC in 5 reserve. And Fisher out front early on lap 20 of 30 in segment number 1, and he's trying to pull away from the rest of the field.
Now he's going to come under fire here from Terrence Green, and it's going to be close here going into 1 and 2. Looks like you might have him, but you're also now going to have that 6 car of Scott Upton coming into the battle.
And it will go to Trans Green, but Upton with a great 3 and 4 got sideways a little bit, trying not to get into the 27 right there. And now John Anderson trying to get back into this fight. And here comes one of the drivers that made it through the open. Here comes Claude Pigeon, the third, and it's number 55. He's moving his way up through the field. And Durant screen out takes the race to leeway. John Anderson second, and Fisher trying to take third away from Scott Upton. Coming to 7 laps go in segment number 1 in the All-Star race. And Fisher is on the move back up to the front. Fisher to the inside of John Andrews right here. Can he get there? Not quite. 27 into the wall hard, and now Fisher's going to take the second spot away, and now Logan Williams takes that 4th spot away from his teammate, and he's starting to make some moves. Coming to 5 laps go here in segment number 1.
Yeah, he's got a couple of RFK teammates up 6 back a little up there fighting. So you've got to pass for the lead as Memphis Fish will take it over, and now you got that 43 car of John Andrews fighting for second. Looks like he'll get it coming out of turn, was that 2? Yeah, okay, coming out of turn 2.
And with Justin Seidel come from in number 5, he's up to 4th late here in segment number 1, and we have 3 laps going. The number 5 of Seidel might steal this one here in segment 1, because he's flying in that number 5 machine. Two laps to go.
Take the wall as Seidel start putting the pressure here on first. I think here for 2 laps, that's a pretty safe lead for Fisher as long as nothing happens here, so he'll come get the white flag.
Yeah, I think Seidel's just going to be too far back. He was flying there on the wall and might have something for the rest of the night, but off turns 3 and 4, Spanos Wilson Memphis Fisher will win segment number 1 of the All-Star race as he hits the wall hard. And he's going to win it, and he will start on pole for the 5th and final segment here tonight. And no one's out, so all 22 drivers are still out here with a shot, and Fisher wins segment number 1. Seidel was coming though. He was moving his way up to the front, and if it was maybe 40 or 50 laps, Anderson, I think Seidel would have had something, but I think Seidel might have something for the rest of the night though, because he showed some really good speed right there, late in that first segment.
Yeah, and we saw a lot of what was happening in the open where have a top 6 or 7 ebb and back and some will come, some will go out of that top 7, but you kind of have a central core almost of the cars that are up there, and I see that Fisher, Andrews, Upton, and Green are kind of been up there since the start and are always up there. And then you have Zidell, Williams, Bijano, Stout, Moore, and Bright also in that top 10 that could possibly make their way up there in the later stages or even in the middle of a stage and maybe even fall backwards.
Yeah, for sure, it's gonna be interesting here in this one. And segment number 1 is complete. These drivers are gonna go down pit road, get some 4 fresh tires, and for some, get out a backup car, Angel Rivera, and make repairs. And we will be right back here for segment number 2 of the All-Star Race. Welcome back to Eldora Speedway for segment number 2 of the season for JBL Cup Series All-Star Race. It will be Memphis Fisher starting on the pole for this one. And Zidell, who was catching them, but ran out of time, he will start second. Fisher, no matter what, as long as he does not crash out in the segment 2, 3, or 4, then Fisher will start on the pole for the 5th and final 10-lap segment. And we have to see what happens here with Zidell on the outside, pace car on the inside of pit road, and Fisher and Zidell will race the green. Segment 2 is underway for the All-Star Race on Halloween night. And the winner of segment number 1, Memphis Fisher, will lead lap number 1, and here comes Logan Williams inside of Andrews, trying to take that second spot away here in the number 17.
It's going to be real close here coming out of the corner as they almost look 3 wide there. The 17 car Williams is going to go for the lead now. I imagine he's going to get it if that 77 goes up the track. Wow, it doesn't hit the wall. That's a first.
Doesn't hit the wall off turn 2, and Williams is going to take the race lead away in number 17, and Felix Moore with that spin. He's fine, the car's fine, and he's still going. He almost wasn't fine, almost got turned by Justin Zidell right there. Fisher in second, Andrews in third. Here comes Eric Drew up front, and here comes Dale Campbell as well. Got some new faces here at the start of segment number 2. And it is still Logan Williams out front in the number 17 for RFK Racing.
And I hear some scraping in the background as they hit the wall.
Ooh.
It's a little scary when you hear that noise, but the 34 car just throws it in there. Quentin, not a care in the world.
Of course, Quentin Moore does have a lot of experience in the All-Star racing. He won this race last season, so he has a lot of experience here at Eldora in that case, and he's trying to go 2 in a row at winning the All-Star race in the JBL Cup Series. And winning segment number 2 would be a great start from spinning in segment 1 to winning it. Segment number 2 would be great for him. But Mitchell Collins and inside gonna stop that from happening at the moment. Moore trying to fight back on the top side, but I don't think it's gonna work out, as Collins is gonna take it looks like, here in 3 and 4.
Yeah, and Mitchell Collins just kind of rode on the coattails there until it was time to strike.
No,
and
we got a caution.
We got a yellow on the speedway.
And Zidell started second. He's gonna be done. Noah Clifton, Richard Kinghart, it looks like. Allison Rain again. Benny Watson, and then number 9. Looks like we had a multi-color crash, and Zidell is gonna be done for the night.
Yeah, so you remember what I said at the end of the All-Star Open about me being in the booth and then people starting on the front row having issues?
Well,
it's back.
That was not a Oswego only thing. It's back, and unfortunately, Zidell's night is gonna end most likely. Looks like they're gonna try to fix it, and I understand why, because if they don't fix it, then they're gonna be done. But we have to see if they do fix it. No one else is gonna, Watson's gonna come down pit road here, same with Trent Screen. Watson has a lot of front end damage, but he should just be able to take off the hood, I would imagine. Great sight. Two Hindenburg sports cars right next to each other on pit road at Eldora. They should be fine.
That sight right there. That sight right there almost reminds me of the old pit crew challenges we had back 2011, 2012. And there they do take the hood off. But I think we should bring those back.
Oh yeah, definitely. Those should definitely come back. Unfortunately for Watson and Seidel, if Seidel comes back out, he's gonna be multiple laps down. Watson is gonna come back out, and I don't think Seidel is coming back out on the racetrack. And oh wow, okay. Trent Screen's gonna be done. Richard King's gonna be done, and Justin Seidel's gonna be done. That's unfortunate for those three. Before we get back racing, let's see what happened to bring out the second caution of the night here in segment number 2 in the All-Star race. Here we go, this wrapping off with turn number 2, Alison Wayne, and then number 7 goes up the racetrack into the corner panel of the 47 up there. Hamill goes back down the racetrack into Justin Seidel in the number 5. Wayne saves it. Seidel, unfortunately though, goes all the way down to the bottom, saves it, but then comes back up the racetrack into Alison Wayne and spins both of them out. And Seidel with a big hit into outside wall. Same with Alison Wayne. And then unfortunately, Benny Rossmeyer gonna hit the 7. And then the 78 of Kino with a shot right there. That is what destroyed the engine of the 5. And then that's what probably hurt the engine of the 78. I'm very confused on how this 27 is out, because he barely got any damage from that, but unfortunately it must have broke something for 20 screen, and this night's going to be done, and then no Clifton just simply spun out. Trying to avoid all that mess, he should be A-okay after it, but unfortunate for Justin Seidel and everyone else involved here in segment number 2 in the All-Star race.
And here you just see the 5 car go through the corner, hook onto the 7 a little bit, gets it kind of saved, and then not so much backs into the wall. With these next gen cars, I think that'll be concussion protocol right there. Hopefully it's a little bit better than the Dolphins training staff, and they do look over that pretty well, but that's going to lead to our second batch of cars being out of the race here, as we have that 17 car in the lead. Logan Williams is still leading back to green here with about 10 left, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's gonna be 15-ish, so pretty close, halfway through segment number 2, and it will be Logan Williams back out front, top play for Seidel, King Hall, and Twin Screen. Let's go ahead and get back to the restart in segment 2 of the All-Star race. Welcome back here at Eldora Speedway for the All-Star race. We will go back going on that 14 of 30 here in the All-Star race in segment number 2. Unfortunately, Twin Screen, Seidel, and all eliminated from a season 5 reserve. They're all out. Austin, he is 1 lap down, and this is gonna be an interesting restart because he starts right in front of third place Quinton Moore, and he's gonna be in the way of the leaders here. But it would be Logan Williams and Mitchell Collins back to the green on that 14 of 30 in segment number 2 of the All-Star race. And we have to wait and see how much the number 9 of Watson has damage, because he has no hood, but this is a dirt track, so he might not be too far off. We just have to wait and see. Watson, he just has to try to survive, keep it clean, and give the backup call out, and he will be ready to go in segment number 3, and just not DNF his number 9 machine. And Mitchell Collins, though, trying to chase down Logan Williams for segment number 2 victory halfway through here at Eldora.
Yeah, and Mitchell Collins gonna start bringing the battle here after riding tails up. Now he'll be the one whose coattails everyone's chasing. He takes the lead here. Lap 17 of 30 in this second stage. Is if he can hold on, he'll start second in that round of this All-Star race.
Yeah, and Quinn Moore, he's moving. He was really trying to do the spin and win for segment number 2. And this is the case it's been all season on a lot of forwards, fourth in first, second, and third. And then here comes Memphis Fisher, who won segment number 1. He's starting to make a charge back up to the front. And if he wins, then whoever finishes second will get that spot in the 5th and final round. And here comes Quinn Moore, trying to take second away from Logan Williams, and he does. And now he's going to try to chase down Mr. Collins for the race lead at Eldora, spinning in segment number 1 and challenging for the race lead in segment number 2. Great comeback for Quentin Moore.
As Quentin Moore here now chasing Mitchell Collins is a little bit backwards from what we saw at the start of this stage. And you have that RFK and Spire car behind them as their teammates are back farther in the field.
Yeah, Upton's in 9th in that number 6 machine. And now Memphis Fisher, he's starting to move his way up to the front. He might have one of the best cars here, because I thought Seidel had a good long one car, but now Seidel is out. Fisher trying to go 2 in a row for segments here in the All-Star race. And he's moving, he went from 4th to 3rd, and now in 2nd for Memphis Fisher in number 77. Can he chase down Collins now here with 8 laps to go out the line in segment number 2? Gonna be close, can't quite get there yet. But now Quentin Moore wants that second spot back. Oh, it's gonna move him out of the way for a second.
So they're starting to make contact here. That's what I like to.
Starting to get aggressive here in segment number 2 of the All-Star Open. But in All-Star race, Quentin Moore almost did the same thing. Sent it in turn 1. And now Quentin Moore, I think he might send Mr. Collins here in turns 1 and 2, because he's done that the last couple of times. 6 laps to go in the All-Star race in segment number 2, and Quentin Moore is freaking feisty out here at Eldora.
Yeah, this I think is going to come down to the lap. Maybe we'll even see this transpire into the rest of the race. Maybe these guys can all find a way to be there at the end, and they're the ones that are battling for that money and the rights to be called All-Star champion.
Yep. And Clemmel, of course, he knows how that feels. He won it last season. That's both of the top 2 on the outside Valhalla. Clemmel really driving the wheels off this number 34 machine. He knows that if he wins this segment, he will start second, and he has a really good shot at winning the second straight All-Star race. Oh man, that was close. 3 laps to go. And these two are really battling really hard here at Eldora. Oh, Collins one's a bit wide. Quentin Moore is there. Can't quite get there. Still 2 laps to go in segment number 2.
Yeah, and they're really now alone. So as long as they don't wreck you.
Oh.
About a lap and a turn.
A white flag. Out. Quentin Moore gets there. He leaves at that lap. Can he hang on to it though? Quentin
He's
Moore.
got it as long as nothing happens.
Quentin Moore, he won this event last season, and with the last lap pass, he will win segment number 2 and start second in the 5th and final segment. What a battle there to win segment number 2 between Collins and Moore. And Quentin Moore gets in, and he will start second in segment number 5. Wow, what a battle.
Yeah, that's what you like to see in racing. They made a little bit of contact there with the wall. Moore made a little bit of contact with Williams to get up there, but other than that, they kept it pretty clean. Nose to tail for the last probably about 4 to 5 laps, I think, and then they got side by side there for 2 to go, and they made that pass there coming to the line, took the white flag, and Moore was gone.
Yeah, Quentin Moore, once he saw clean air for the last lap, he just took advantage of it, and now Quentin Moore, she just has to keep it easy and survive segment 2 and 3 and have a shot at a second straight All-Star race victory in segment number 5. And shout out to Memphis Fisher. He still has the fast enough car to win more than just segment number 1, because he was up front late and he gets 4th. We still have 19 cars left, but unfortunately for 20 screen, Kino inside out the nights come to an end here at Eldora. Let's go ahead and get to segment number 3 and the season 4 All-Star race. Well, welcome back here at Eldora Speedway for segment number 3 of the All-Star race. Segment 1 and segment 2 are in the books, been pretty good so far. What do you think we might see here in segment number 3?
Yeah, I think the first 2 stages were pretty good, but I'm still a little upset over something, so I just kind of gotta help my friend out here. Just cracking open a cold one for all the Australians out there. Eli Bright was up there in the top 10, so I guess I can't be too mad. I think he's fallen back a little bit, but still unfortunate that we didn't get to see our favorite kangaroo out there in the field. There we just passed Eli Bright real quick, but yeah, I think we'll see even more aggressive driving. Maybe we start to see those 2 of Moore and I forget who won stage 1 by now.
Fisher.
That one, Fisher. Maybe they start to lay back, but I'm not sure. Here we got the pace car coming out of 4th, and we'll see the green flag here. I think Collins is going to win this stage. There's my bold prediction.
Bold prediction right there. Moore and Collins, stage 3, segment number 3 of the All-Star Race Spring on Halloween night. Very bold move from Logan Williams right there, moving Collins out of the way all the way on lap number 1 and 3 and 4. And here comes both of the RFK cars, the 17 and the 6 moving their way up the front. Here comes White Walker out in number 20, John Andrews as well. New people up front, and now more out front still, but he has to deal with the number 17 of Logan Williams right next to him.
Yeah, can I take back my bold prediction? Is we got 3 wide back there with Collins in the middle, so I might actually want to take that back even quicker.
Yeah, Collins, he went nest back here as he just chopped off up top. And this purple machine, very noticeable to see Yahoo, from the number 20 of White Walker, and he's probably saying Yahoo because he is in 2nd place, but Quentin Moore's trying to stop that from happening. He can't quite get there, and here comes Josh Ramson up to the front. Allison Wayne, the season 3 champion up front, and over there, he's in the backup car, backup front clip, and he's made his way up to the front. 19 drivers are left, and things are getting picked up in a hurry here in this 3rd segment as Williams hits the outside wall. White Walker going for the race lead in that purple number 20. And here comes number 23 and the 34 on lap 7 of 30. In the first 2 segments, we've had an early caution. In the way that these guys are racing, we might have another early caution. Just have to wait and see. But here comes Josh Ramson to the inside, 28 seconds away from Moore. And now Ramson trying to chase down Wyatt Walker. Ramson gets into the outside wall. Here comes Dale Camel. Here comes Logan Williams. We got Williams and Williamson battling for 2nd. That's not confusing at all. But Williams to the inside, trying to take that 2nd spot away. These guys are battling way too over 2nd. And Wyatt Walker is loving every single second of it out front here at Eldora in segment number 3. And Williamson to the inside. Gonna take 2nd away, and these 2 are bound way towards 2nd at the moment, and that's just allowing White Walker to pull away in its number 20. But now, Josh Ramson's gonna get clear, and White Walker's gonna get into the outside wall, and maybe Williams might have something for this number 20 machine.
Yeah, it's Walker's really Collins and Moore last stage.
Yeah, Quinn
Moore's
Moore.
still back there, but Collins is almost on.
Collins is still dropping back. I don't think you should make picks, because Collins almost got ran up to trap by his teammate right there, and yeah, eventually Collins started second. He's all the way in the back of the field. Williamson is out front. At the line, we will be halfway through here in segment number 3. Fantastic racing here. Oh my god, Quinn Moore almost did a massive send off of turn number 4. And at the line next time by, we will be halfway through here in this one as White Walker almost gets turned off of the 23 and the 34 right there. Williamson still up front, and here comes Quinton Moore trying to win segment number 3 halfway through. And clean and green up to this point. Fantastic racing with the 23, 34, 20. Now Derek Campbell up in this mix.
Yeah, and he's real lucky that Moore didn't tag him there out of turn. Walker might have gone for a similar ride to Moore from stage 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. That could have been deja vu, but the other way around, Quinn will turn someone to do of what he did in segment number 1. And oh boy, Williamson hit the outside wall, almost came down in front of White Walker. That was very, very close right there, but now White Walker is in second if Moorhe's on to the stage win, and White Walker will start third based off of White Walker getting second to Plymouth, who won segment number 2, but White Walker wants to flat win this segment here in segment number 3. Here comes Taylor Campbell, White Walker, Noah Clifton. They're all up front out of nowhere as well. New players here in the second half of segment number 3. Almost contact with Hamill and Copley right there, and we got 11 laps to go in segment number 3, and the racing is picking up even more and more.
Yeah, as you're starting to see more contact happen.
Oh boy.
Season 4 champion. Or not champion, all-star champion.
Yep, have to see who can become the Season 4 All-Star Race champion. And so far, these guys are racing really hard to start third in that fifth and final segment. As here comes Colin Copley, who's won 2 Crown Jewel races already this season. Trying to win, I guess, one of the major events of the JBL Cup Series. This isn't really a Crown Jewel, but it is very, very important. And Copley up front in this number 10 machine with 8 laps to go, takes second away from White Walker, and now trying to chase down Josh Williamson. And now it's Williamson and Copley top 2 with 8 laps to go in segment number 3.
Yeah, now a lot of these cars are really starting pretty high out of track the grids even further, as there you see all of them eggs right next to the wall except for the leader up there.
And that's one thing that these guys have to get used to, is that track's changing. It's 130 laps on a dirt track. Track's gonna change, and that's what we are seeing up to this point. Still good racing, and Quinn Moore almost got sideways off turn number 4 right there. Coming to 6 laps to go, 5 laps to go at the line. Williamson's still out front. Oh no, Williamson has a problem.
Yeah, as it almost looks like there's a lap car up. Getting heated up.
There's no lap car. Williamson with an oil leak. I don't know if that's gonna take him out or not. That might keep. I don't know if that might take him out. As long as he doesn't teleport to the garage, he might be okay. That's unfortunate for Josh Williamson. He was dominating the segment, and now we have Copley and Wyatt Walker battling for the segment number 3 win.
Yeah, as I think my continued pick to start is wrecking. Can't wait to see what happens here in stage 4. Maybe all the top 3 cars, or top 3 cars that start there will wreck one another on like lap 3 or something, and you know, none of them will win the race after winning their stage. We'll just have to wait and see here as they start battling more aggressively after taking a couple lap break.
And here comes Dale Camel. It's going to be Wyatt Walker with Dale Camel. Here comes Fisher back up to the front. But is it going to be Wyatt Walker with Dale Camel winning segment number 3? A caution-free segment number 3. Can Hamill send it in turns 3 and 4? He's not going to get there.
It's going to be Walker that takes home that segment 3 win and that third place start next stage to decide the All-Star champion.
And Wyatt Walker is going to start third in segment number 5. Got one more segment left. Segment number 4. And then that will determine if he will start 4th. And Wyatt Walker, he won at All Club. And he's trying to get his second win on the season. And that's unfortunate for Josh Williamson. Williamson did get back going, so he's not going to be out. But, okay. I don't know what happened over there right there, but Williamson not going to be out. He's still going to be good to go. He's 2 laps down, but, that's unfortunate from being in the lead to now. He's going to start dead last in that 4th and final, 4th segment. Wyatt Walker winning segment number 3. So now we know that it'll be Fisher, Moore, and Walker for second and third in segment number 5. Still got one more segment to go here before we get to that 10-lap dash. Pretty crazy one right there, and unfortunate the course continues. Williamson went from being in the lead to finishing in 19th. What do you think we might see in segment number 4, the last segment before the 10-lap shootout?
I think that as we've kind of seen progression, so at this stage with more contact out of turn there, even earlier in the race, they started kind of fanning out and the contact started dying off a little bit, but saw lap 8, lap 9 even, cars start connecting, and I think that we could even get that out of the gates here in that next stage.
Yeah, for sure. The track keeps on changing. These drivers keep on getting more aggressive each segment, and yeah, one more until the 10-lap shootout. Let's get to stage number 4 here in the season 4 JBL Cup Series All-Star Race. Welcome back to Eldora Speedway for segment number 4 of the season 4 All-Star Race, the final 30-lap segment here before we get to the 10-lap shootout sprint to crown a season 4 JBL Cup Series All-Star Race winner. And it's been very exciting up to this point. So far we've seen Memphis Fisher, Quentin Moore, and now Wyatt Walker start for second and third in the 4th and final segment. And now we have to see who gets that 4th starting spot and wins segment number 4. It will be Wyatt Walker and Derek Hamill bringing us to the green here. And segment number 4 of the season 4 All-Star Race is going to go green. And the season 4 All-Star Race segment number 4 on Halloween night.
Is Walker and Fisher gonna fight first? As I'm not quite sure who got it there. It looks like Fisher.
Fisher barely got it right there, and Fisher, if he ends up winning, then probably would get that 4th starting spot because of Walker being right there. Walker at the outside wall. And for Moore, Walker, and Fisher, they still have to be careful because if they crash out. Oh my goodness, Colin Quapley, what are you doing? Quapley almost took himself out right there off turn number 2.
Yeah, I think that that final 10-lap stage is gonna be real intense.
Oh yeah, especially with what we are seeing already here in segment number 4. We see about 45 laps in total here in the All-Star Race, and it is insane. Eric Drew now up here in the number 91. Ben Watson, he's up one. He has a new front clip, and he's moving up here. And absolutely chaos here in segment number 4. And Ben Watson trying to get that second spot. And he's going to get there, and he might even go for second here as he's going to move Quentin out of the way. And Watson, one of the more winningest drivers on the channel, I think second all time, goes for the race lead here on lap number 6.
Wouldn't it be something for that 34 car to do well, and that 9 car Watson, and they both were in accidents early in this race.
Yeah, that's very crazy to think that Quinn was spun out and he won segment number 2, and Watson, he got involved with the crash earlier, and now he's leading, and Watson could do what Moore did and be in the crash and cause a caution and then win a later segment. But Eric Drew, uncharted driver, trying to change that here, and it comes Klobuchar the third. He's gonna go up to the front. Crazy racing here. And I don't know who's gonna win segment number 4, as there's Klobuchar the third now up front in the number 55, and here comes Colin Copley as well in the number 10.
And first and fourth are open drivers that race their way in.
It took all the way up to the fourth segment, but open drivers all made their way up to the front. The same can be said about Jordan Edwards as well, and the Eli Boys. So open drivers are starting to making their marks towards the front here in the fourth and final 30 lap segment, as Watson's gonna force his way to the inside of Pajan the third, and he's gonna take that spot away. And Pajan Pajan the third, I'm having a stroke with his name. He's gonna fall back, and now Fisher to the inside, not gonna get there, and Pajan gonna try to fight back on Benny Watson. But Watson out front, a strong number 9 machine for Hendrick Motorsports. Out front, but here comes the 55 to the inside with the 77 right behind him.
Yeah, and that pressure. "15 laps, which really seems like a long time looking at the past stages. Last stage there was no yellows. We did have a couple of issues with oil on the racetrack, but we are on dirt, so it does not matter as much.
Yeah, of course, Vincent did have a oil leak, but luckily I don't think it affected too much. But so far, clean halfway through segment number 3.
And there, it's not clean anymore.
And yeah, Fisher hit that sidewall right there. Clean and we've had a lot of stripes here tonight. I don't know what the stripe count would be, but it would probably be at least 100 at this point. Pajan,
Yeah,
I mean, maybe 200. I don't know, it's been a lot here at Eldora.
the stripe count's starting to look like a Chili Bowl flip count at the moment.
Oh yeah. The Chili Bowl flip count is turning into the Eldora stripe count, and luckily we've only seen one flip tonight, but it is intense here. Oh my goodness, Memphis Fisher moved Watson out of the way. Fisher, he wants to win segment 1 and segment number 4, I feel like, because he's had some fast cars in these segments, and he's once again moving his way up to the front. And we got a caution. So caution of the night, and it's going to come out late here in segment number 3. Or segment number 4, I should say. Third caution of the night, and oh man, unfortunately, it's going to be Logan Williams, and then another 17 is going to be the cause of the caution. I think that might have been the only driver involved. No, it was not. Scott Upton has a hood buckle.
RFK teammates getting into it.
And that's unfortunate, because LFK, they've been strong all season, and they were strong all night here tonight, and now both of them with problems here in segment number 4. 17 staying on track, but Scott Upton's going to go down pit road. Is he going to be done for the night? I don't know. He missed his stall, so he's going to have to teleport. Third caution of the night. We went caution free in segment number 3, but we almost went through a caution free in segment number 4. But a late race restart will happen, and it's going to be crazy here at Eldora. But first, let's see what happened to Logan Williams and Scott Upton, LFK teammates, and Shambles here in All-Star Race. Here we go. This happens to bring out the third caution of the night here in segment number 4. Dale Campbell in this blue and white number 47. I don't know what he was doing. He was so far back. And he just turned the 17 of Logan Williams. And then O'Bara got a little piece of it. And Logan Williams, he hit the outside wall. Eli Blight did a good job against on the brace and then stopped him nowhere to go but into his teammate. And that's unfortunate. RFK had 2 fast race cars tonight, and both of them are destroyed. Have to see if they can repair them or not and survive the segment. But tough night for Upton and Logan Williams here in segment number 4.
And Hamill in that frozen farmer's car, maybe his brain freezes up or something as he just drives through the corner. And well, if you want me to continue with the puns, he puts a fifth third effort into turning that fifth third car, and the 17 car will spin down the racetrack. 17 car stayed on the racetrack. The 6 car, though, that hit him was the one that pit, and we'll see kind of here in a minute when this caution clock expires if he'll be out on the racetrack or he'll pull it behind the wall and his night's done about 10 laps from the final stage. So we'll get back underway here. A little bit to go, and then get that final stage going where it's just as hectic as that was.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild restart. That happened on lap 20, so we might have 5-6 laps to go on the restart here. So it's going to be a crazy restart. And we have to see if Pajano can hang on to the race lead and start 4th in the 5th and final 10-lap sprint here in the All-Star race. Welcome back here in segment number 4 of the All-Star race. We will go back green with 6 laps to go in segment number 4. And it's going to be a wild restart with Pajano in the lead. Fisher in 2nd. He won segment number 1. Watson in 3rd. Popley in 4th. Moore in 5th. He won segment number 2. Andrews in Collins, Clifton, Stout, and Rue. Top 10. 6 laps to go. Scott's still out there on the racetrack, so he's not done for the night. Back when we have 6 laps to go in segment number 4, an all-star race. Fisher with a good restart, trying to win segment 1 and segment number 4. Here he comes to the inside. 5
He's
laps
gonna
to
go
go.
first from him.
And now, here comes Watson and everyone else behind him.
Yeah, as that 9 car is now in the catbird seat, is coming up here with lap 27 of 30, and it looks like immediately get that position there.
Watson,
can he hang on here?
Trying to hang on, Quapley in the number 10 coming up to the front as well. And remember, if you don't win this one, you still start 5th. Like, if Watson wins and then if Quapley gets 2nd, he will still start 5th in that final segment, and that will still be a pretty good position to be in, with it being a 10-lap sprint. But Quapley to the inside here, exiting the corner, 2nd time of the night. Oh my goodness. How did he save that 10 machine? I don't know.
Gonna be 3 wide.
With the 77.55 and the number 10. And now, here comes Quentin Moore and Ben Watson, 2 drivers that have caused cautions tonight, trying to battle it out for the 7th-4 victory. Here comes Quentin Moore to the inside, final lap in segment number 4. Is he going to steal it from Ben Watson?
Say Watson just has to sit there, because either way he gets that 4th position.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna win. No, he's not. I don't know what the officials are looking at there, but it looked like Watson won that one.
A full finish for segment number 4. And by 6/1000ths of a second, they are saying that Quentin Moore edged him out.
I think we ought to review that one.
Oh my goodness. Before we get to the results, let's take an instant replay of that full finish and see if it was really Quentin Moore or Ben Watson. Well, here we go. This was very, very close to in segment number 4. We thought it was Watson, but Quentin Moore, by 6/1000ths of a second, barely edged Watson out. Watson's still going to get credit with the segment win since Quentin Moore already won a previous segment, but What a finish right there for segment number 4, and it would be Fisher, Moore, Walker, and Watson, the top 4 spots.
Yeah, and then you also have that 55 car. Bajano came from. I almost would be better than starting on the high side because, as you see, cars just hit the wall coming off the corners. So maybe the low line is the move, is the strategy, but we'll wait and see here.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see. It's gonna be very interesting here. It's gonna be only 10 lap shootout though, so not a lot of time. It's gonna be over in maybe 4 minutes, if that. So it's gonna be very short, not a lot of time. But it will be Fisher, Moore, Walker, and Watson in the top 4, and then from Bajano on that, it will be starting with a finish here in segment number 4. So Upton will start 19th, and so on. So been a crazy night so far, and now it all comes down to a 10-lap sprint. See if who gets a season 5 reserve, and the money and the trophy here at Eldora. Let's find out right here, right now. And on Halloween night, someone is going to get a nice treat here tonight at Eldora. Welcome back to Eldora Speedway here on Halloween night for the Season 4 JBL Cup Series All-Star Race. And well, it's time for the final segment. Only 10 lap sprint, and it's gonna be chaotic as all heck. Halloween night, spooky, scary skeletons, and we might see some skeletons here tonight. Here in this final 10 laps sprint, what do you think we might see here in the final 10 laps?
I think that the aggression is going to be amped up tremendously. Given that you have a condensed time now, you're a third of what we were running before, and there's also the fact that whoever wins this takes home everything. So this is really what all of these drivers have worked all night long over the past couple of hours, and now we finally get to see the result of it.
Yeah, for sure. And whoever wins gets the season 5 reserve, the money, trophy, everything, and second place gets nothing here at Eldora. And Memphis Fisher in the number 77 won segment number 1, so he starts on the pole. Quinton Moore, he spun early on, and he spun in segment 1, and then he won segment number 2, so he starts second, and he is season 3 All-Star Race winner. Wyatt Walker in third, he won segment number 3, and then Benny Watson, who barely edged out, or who got barely beat by Quinton Moore. He starts 4th here in segment number 5, and then we got Bajano, Wopley, Collins, Drew, Andrews, Stout, Rain, Edwards, Bright, Williamson, Williams, Clifton, Hamill, O'Reilly, and Upton. 19 drivers still here in this 5th and final segment, and the winner will get a season 5 reserve in the JBL Cup Series. Is going to be very intense, and if it's anything of what we've seen all night long, then we are in for a treat for 10 laps. Halloween night, we've seen some scary stuff, and in 10 laps time, we will know if who will get a treat and who will get a trick here on October 31st. Memphis Fisher, Quinton Moore, Wyatt Walker, Benny Watson, and everyone else trying to win the Season 5 All-Star Race. We are green at Eldora Speedway, and Fisher and Moore battle in turn number 1.
So Fisher's going to get the lead there, coming out of 4 now by the line. And that 20 car is going to quickly follow in second of Walker. And then, just as I had kind of suspected, that low line takes over. As now you have that 55 coming through the open. And then Collins behind him in the 22. Looking for that 4th position is...
Ooh!
That's a hard hit.
That was a huge hit. A huge Dalton smack for the number 77 right there. And now Wyatt Walker is going to take the race to the way, and here comes Club Bajano the 3rd, Amateur Collins, and with only being 10 laps, it's not a lot of time for these drivers to make moves, and these guys are pushing it really, really hard, harder than what they've been all night long, and they're hitting the wall a lot harder than what we've seen all night long. Here comes Mr. Collins all over the back bumper up to number 20 of White Walker.
Yeah, this Collins there. Quite go yet, but Andrew's looking to clear him in 2 corners and will get it done. Now Andrew's going to be breathing down the 20s neck, because now we also have an RFK car, the 17 car, who could that continue the trend, and we got a wreck in the back.
Bajano, the third, and Fisher goes around, and unfortunately, I think that might have just ended this thing. Racing back to the line, and just gonna. Oh my goodness! I don't know if he got it. I think Andrews might have got it.
I think Andrew's got it in that 43 car, but I've been wrong before about these things.
And that's most likely gonna do it. What a crazy finish right there. And I'm just gonna look at this 33 1,000ths of a second. If that ends up being it, would be the margin between the 43 and 17 at the line right there. Oh my goodness, what a finish. And let's quickly see what brought out the caution here in the 5th and final segment. Unfortunately coming to an end right when it was starting to get good in the All-Star race. Here we go, this is what happened to bring out the caution here in segment number 5. Clark Bashon, the third in between the 47 and 22. And he just went up the track a little bit, got into a Mitchell Collins right there, and he went sideways into the outside wall. I thought this was going to be fine. Fisher ran into the back of the 55, went sideways, but he would have at least had a shot of saving it. But unfortunately, Quinn Moore just kind of did the opposite of what he did in segment number 1, and spun the 77 around for a 360, and the officials decided that was enough to bring out the caution, and fortunately that might have just ended this thing early here at Eldora.
And so up in front of there, he's kind of tag one. Save that. This race, had it not been right behind him that gets him. And the irony of that is that Moore has been just about around every wreck that we've seen, including being in one. And so, also fitting at the same time that he was one that could have ended this. But we'll see here if we go back racing. If we do, it'll probably just be 1 lap shootout. I hope we do, but that'll be up to the officials at this point.
Yeah, for sure. If it ends up not going back green, we will see the what all happened with the 43, 17, 20, and the 47. But let's see if we go back green or not, or if John Andrews will win the season number 4 All-Star race. So we were just waiting on if we were gonna go back green or not, and John Andrews, the race leader, blows up. And now now Logan Williams is in second. Does John Andrews still win though, or is it gonna be Logan Williams?
Who's gonna cross the line first? We have a race out of 4. Where's his pistol? Is his pistol before? It's gonna be right before the line.
It's gonna be right before the line. I think it's gonna be Logan Williams. Logan Williams just got lucked out of winning the All-Star race. Oh my god.
I'm speechless.
That's never happened before. Logan Williams wins the All-Star race because of John Andrews blowing up an engine, and Logan Williams ran in the back of 10. And because of John Andrews' stall being right before the start finish line, Andrews doesn't win. I don't know what the drivers are doing, but oh my god, John Andrews blew up with 1 lap to go. I've never seen anything like that. Oh my god. Well, real quick, we're gonna see the race to the line that we thought was gonna be John Andrews, but it turns out it is not meant to be. Oh man. Well, this was the final green flag lap that we missed because of the caution, and John Andrews was out front. Logan Williams was side by side with the 20, and he just full sent 3 and 4. Same with Dale Campbell, knowing that we were not going back green. Andrews was outside wall, and by that much, Andrews was able to hang on to what we thought was going to be the All-Star Race victory, 33 1,000ths of a second. But as we found out on the white flag lap, John Andrews would unfortunately go up in smoke and allows Logan Williams to win the All-Star Race. Anderson, I am speechless right now. Logan Williams shouldn't have won this thing, but due to unfortunate circumstances for John Andrews, I guess it might have been all the mud and dirt all night long might have gotten into the engine from all 5 segments or something. I don't really know, but something went wrong on the 43, and John Andrews does not win the All-Star Race, and Logan Williams gets the job done. But I'm at a lost words.
Me too. I really don't know what to say right now. Anything in those last couple of laps that were any different could have changed this outcome. Like, if John Andrews' pit was 2 stalls forward, he could have won. He would have crossed the line first on that last lap. Piston or no piston in that car, he would have crossed the line first. And that kind of goes back to, you know, that last stage being so important. And if he had won the segment, I believe it was segment 2 or 3 that he was up there with the front runners. If he'd have won that, could he have been our All-Star champion by the end of the night?
Yeah, if he won one of those 4 segments, he would have had a good pit stall, and he would have won the All-Star Race because he would have crossed the line first on pit road, but because he didn't really get a good starting spot, and because of the fact that he started 9th instead of in first, second, third, or fourth, that costing him right there. I've never seen anything like that before, but Logan Williams, Lady Luck was on his side here tonight, and Logan Williams RFK win Season 4 All-Star Race, and Logan Williams is going to be a Season 5 reserve, full free money, and everything else here at Eldora, and it's going to get some cotton, some candy corn, and some Halloween candy as well. Halloween night, something about it, and we definitely saw a trick and a tweet here tonight. And John Andrews, human from having a tweet, or human from having a tweet to gain the trick, and Logan Williams ended up getting the trick. So, impressive right there, and Logan Williams wins the season number 4 All-Star Race, and he will get a Season 5 reserve.
Yeah, I gotta stay out of the booth. That's my takeaway from this race.
Freaking the amount of times that you jinx people in this one alone is saying something. I don't know. It's a little bad luck, but thanks for joining me up here in the booth for Open and All-Star. It's definitely the wildest All-Star Race we've had yet in all 4 seasons, and who knows what's gonna happen next time out. And next time out, we'll be at Chicago, man, bringing that fat from the dead, and that's gonna be a good one.
And next time I'm up in the booth is Watkins Glen. Bren. We'll see what goes wrong there, and hey, maybe even the championship race I can pull some hijinks on, and I can only imagine what the JBL Cup Series officials would think if something went wrong with that finale. But that's all I gotta say. Oh yeah, they'd kick me out of the booth in a heartbeat the second something goes wrong. But, yeah, that's it from me tonight, at least. I'll stop playing some hijinks on some cars here. Step out. Good night, Dix. You have a nice, fun Halloween.
Halloween, gotta love it. This is what happens on Halloween, apparently. Local Lands wins the Season 4 JBL Cup Series All-Star Race for Anthony. I'm in this race 97. Until next time at Chicagoland, for race number 9 on the season, I will see you guys next time. Happy Halloween! Bye!